What's up, y'all? It's me, Erica, and we are down here. Peace, y'all. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. Play me. What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica, honey. We are down here for the Real Housewives of Potomac. I don't know what episode is this. Third episode. Girl, in terms of grades, everybody's grade done dropped except for Candiace. Everybody's grade done dropped. Everybody. Especially you got a 0 for this episode. Robyn. A 0. Yeah, you're gonna have to every other episode you're gonna have to get an A. Cause you're gonna mess up your little average. Cause yeah, you got a 0 this episode. I was like, girl, what the hell? What is wrong with Robyn Dixon? Karen Dixon. What is wrong with Karen Dixon? Not Robyn, Karen Dixon. What's wrong with her? I was like, this lady is out of control. What's wrong with you? I was shocked at Robyn's behavior. I literally was like, what is wrong with her? Like, I was like, there's nobody else in the room with me, but I was like talking out loud, like, what is wrong? What did she just, what was that for? Like, girl, what's wrong with you? Why are you so aggressive? Now, will Robyn be called aggressive for getting up out of her seat and walking towards Wendy? Is that aggressive? Is it okay to label this woman as aggressive? We've seen a pattern of behavior for Robyn, right? Robyn loses out on the argument a little bit, and she gets up. She stands up. And then what she did, she didn't invite Wendy's kids. I was like, that bitch is... And then, like, when Wendy first came on the show, that was y'all's connection, right? Mothers with young boys and things like that, and play dates and stuff. And now you sit in and that was so mean. That is like typical mean chick behavior. It's a bunch of light-skinned women there, and the only thing that I can think of, I'm sorry, I'm inject colorism here. The only thing I think, it made me feel bad because Candiace wasn't there. I was like, damn, she's the only dark-skinned girl there. And she literally invited everybody to a party and then, like, was like, not you. And then, like, you're not going to invite her? No. I was like, ugh, that's not cool. And I know it didn't have anything to do with colorism, but the optics, not good. Not good at all. Not good. Sorry, it didn't look good at all. I know that wasn't what it was, but it didn't look good at all. They start off where they left off. Candiace calls Eric in there. She says, you don't want me here. Michael Darby is available for that, not my husband. They have to apologize for Michael Darby. They see him. They give him a hug. That's the one thing that I don't understand. And that's another thing, because it's like, are you telling me this man who has really done all of these things, we've seen him do it, and all of a sudden you want to say, my husband? You hug Michael Darby. You hug him. You hug him when you see him. You greet him. You welcome him when you see this man, and you know what he does. And my husband has always been kind to you, will fix you food when you come over, sees y'all as quote-unquote sisters. You got a wake-up call, Candiace. When Candiace was sitting in her interview and she said, I got too comfortable, it was like she heard all of us telling her, girl, that is not your girlfriend. You need to stay on that hoe's neck. It was almost as though she heard everybody telling her, girl, don't get too comfortable with LexisNexis, okay? Don't get too comfortable with her. I was so annoyed, and I was just like, you're like, your characters are real fucked up. Like Gizelle's character, Robyn's character. Robyn showed her character, a glimpse of her character, when she didn't invite Wendy and her children to a kids' party, and just did it like disgusting like that over some shit you didn't made up in your fucking head. When I said, ooh, Robyn, you musty hoe. You a musty hoe. You musty. Because how the fuck you walk up to Wendy and tell Wendy, You tell Wendy, oh, it's them two. That's not what she said. Wendy asked a legitimate question because she wanted to see, were you going to be Gizelle's lapdog? Is this a problem for Gizelle or is this a problem for Robyn too? That's what I want to know. But you said, oh, it's them two. Is it Robyn? Because that's what you know it looks like. That's what you know it looks like. And while Gizelle and Mia are in there making up, you still mad at me. I just want to get to know you. You still mad at me, and now you barking at Wendy over some shit you done made up in your head that wasn't even true. She didn't even say it like that. And whether or not Wendy believes me or not, I told you I'm giving that hoe the benefit of the doubt. I don't fucking believe it. We all know she's lying because a bitch is a pathological liar. And the way that she lied on Chris, just like that. Did you see that, y'all? I said, oh, Mia's a pathological liar with her. Oh. Teddy Perkins is a pathological liar. She is. I was like, ugh. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't like any of the cast members on this show. I'm sorry, y'all. They're whack. Karen is whack. Robyn is whack. Gizelle is whack. Ashley is whack. I'm like, these hoes is whack. Whack. Ugh. I was like, I don't like none of these hoes. None of them. Did you see the way that Mia lied on Chris? That easy? Like, that's how you know that there's a problem there. That woman is pathological. There are cameras there, and you still lied. That's how you know somebody that she has a problem. When there is footage available I know as soon as she said that, when they were editing, and they were in editing, and as soon as she said Chris was staring at her all night, those editors scrubbed that episode. They scrubbed that footage to see if Chris was staring at her. And what did they get? Him not staring at her. Because I guarantee you, if they saw him staring at her all night, they would have showed it. So you lied. I do not like these women. I'm sorry. Mia is a liar. A liar. An attention seeker. Robyn is an aggressive person. She doesn't get the label of aggressive because she's light-skinned with green eyes. Yes. Wendy could never get up and stand up and walk towards, like that. She'd be called aggressive and ferocious, right, Ashley? And then Ashley sitting up there letting Michael do everything. Like, it just seems like Ashley is just like, as long as I can get this house and just have a house that's paid for with my kids, I don't care how I get it. That's what it seems like to me. Candiace leaves. She walks out. She says, you see him and hug Michael Darby, and now my husband is the target. She said, bitch, I'm on a yoga mat. Not today, Satan. Not today, Nick. Not today, ankles. Girl, I was like, yes, get her. Keep your motherfucking kitten heel on that bitch's neck. Keep a block heel on that hoe's necks, okay? She said, oh my God, I can't believe I got too comfortable with that hoe. Look at they in this car. She said, I got too comfortable with her. She did. She got too comfortable with Gizelle. And we've been telling, since the day you told Gizelle to sit over there and eat her greens, that is when you should have placed her in a specific category. She needs to be in the same category as Ashley. Yeah. Don't trust Ashley either, Candiace. Not her either. Not her either. Wendy was telling the girls that Eddie is not on board with the restaurant. He wants to make sure that she manages what's currently on her plate. They feel like it's a good deal, and for 20%, she doesn't have to be too involved, right? Me and Gizelle go in the other room to have a conversation. The messaging was confusing, right? You know, the post. It was a little confusing. You go to the cancer center and there's no results. This is Robyn. Wendy says, well, I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt. Robyn says to Wendy, well, what did those two say? Robyn she doesn't remember accurately what happened. She created something, and I think this is what's happening with Robyn and Wendy. Robyn knows that if she goes against Wendy, that people don't like Wendy for whatever reason. Maybe she's a little bit obnoxious. I don't know what the reasons why people don't like Wendy. But I think that Robyn, her and Juan storyline, it can't keep going like that's been her storyline consistently. But now let me have beef with someone. Because the way that she remembered or recalled how Wendy said, was it Gizelle that feels this way, or does Robyn feel this way too? Wait, like she wanted to get clarity. Robyn repeats it back as if Wendy was, oh, was it them two? What did they say? That's how Robyn sees it, right? Because Robyn has an insecurity about feeling like Gizelle's lapdog. And while Robyn is getting brolic, right, and buff with Wendy, Mia and Gizelle are in there making up. They okay. And now you got an attitude with everybody. And it wasn't even, you really had, like, you wasn't even as disrespectful as Gizelle was. Cancer, is this cancer or no cancer? That kind of rude stuff. But because you start getting loud. Wait, it's not all this. It wasn't just us two. It was everybody. No, but you called her a liar. You said she was lying. I haven't called her a liar. Now, I haven't called her a liar to y'all. I might think she's lying, and we know that she thinks she's lying. But for the sake of this, I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt. I know that hoe's lying, but girl, let's just say we're going to give her the benefit of the doubt. Whatever. We'll play along with the bitch, okay? Play along with the fantasy, because that bitch is delusional, and she's a pathological liar. Sorry. Do they both feel this way, or is it just Gizelle? And then she was like, yelling, and she was like, I don't understand where the aggression is coming from. What's all the aggression coming from? Well, we have the same sentiment. She said, no, we don't. We don't have the same sentiments. You called her a liar. You met Mia with a different energy than I met her with. Y'all came at her like she was lying. I came at her like I was giving her the benefit of the doubt, even though I think she's lying. So you approached it wrong, homegirl. Stand in your truth, honey. And then she told her to sit down. And then that's when Robyn realized that Wendy got the best of her and broke the fourth wall. I love when Candiace said, keep my fourth wall. Keep it. Don't take none of it out. I want all of it to stay in. Thank you. Come on, producer. Robyn says, hey, everybody. Wendy says I should sit down. I was like, you are a corny ass whack. Why you want to be whack? Robyn used to be cool. Why are you trying to be whack this season? You got an F for this episode, sis. Mia tells Gizelle she didn't expect the attack in a group setting. I expected that from Wendy. Do you see that? Do you see that? Wendy's outside giving you the benefit of the doubt to these hoes. And these hoes is calling you a liar. But you turn around and say, I expected that from Wendy. I didn't expect that from you. How come you didn't expect it? She's been giving you that since day one. I was like, these bitches are whack. I don't know. Real Housewives of Potomac is so whack to me. It's so whack. Robyn sends out the invites to everybody, and she skipped over Wendy. She didn't invite Wendy. My kids are having a function. She was like, you're welcome to come. You're welcome to come. And then I think Ashley was like, you're not going to invite Wendy? And she was like, no. She was like, okay. She was like, I got you. That is a testament to your character. She was like, I don't care. She said she don't care. I said, Robyn is a white woman. That's a white lady. That's a white lady. That is a white woman. She is. I said, Karen Nika Dixon. Mm-hmm. We get outside. Wendy's mic'd up. She was like, she said something, the producer said something. She was like, girl, we know she's lying. She was like, oh, I'm mic'd up. And let me tell you something. And you don't have to feel bad about that, Wendy, because listen, don't nobody believe her. But you're the one trying to be, socially responsible and be like, girl, the girl said she had cancer. I'm not going to be in the public, right? At home with Eddie, I'm going to be like, that bitch is lying. But in public, I'm not about to be like, that bitch is lying over cancer. Y'all not about to get me down on the social media. No, shout out to Wanda. It's my social media. But no. No. I'm with Wendy. I didn't believe you, girl, but you said you had cancer, and y'all not about to have me out here looking crazy saying I don't believe somebody got cancer, girl. Absolutely not. She was doing what politically correctness. You know, she was trying to be politically correct. Candiace said she got too comfortable. She got too comfortable with Gizelle motherfucking Bryant. You did. We were warning you. All of us. Everybody down here was warning you about that. Everybody down here was warning you. And you don't listen. You don't listen, Candiace. I bet you listen now. But I know one damn thing. You better keep your goddamn foot on that bitch's neck. Okay? Robyn and Juan sit down. Ask for a prenup. The prenup wasn't effective when they got divorced the first time because they were broke, right? Because we know that Robyn fucked up the church's money, okay? She said, oh, why? Because now you got businesses and stuff like that. He said, I wouldn't come after that. She was like, yeah, but okay, you say you wouldn't. You say that. And I'm with Robyn. That might bring your grade up just a little to a D- because I'm with you. Yeah, you say you wouldn't come after my stuff, right? But you might be in here talking about, I helped her come up with the name. There's Action Bronson, y'all. I helped her come up with the name. I should take a picture of him. I don't want to take a picture of him. He looks like Action Bronson. Anyways, she says, yeah, because you never know. You just don't. I'm telling you guys, you might not think you have your investments, your portfolio, your little properties here and there. That might not look like nothing. Get a prenup. I don't care if you don't think you have anything. Get a prenuptial agreement with these niggas that you're legally binding yourselves to. Please. It makes sense. You just never know. And if somebody, because let me tell you, the truth is marriages on average last 8 years. Okay. So the likelihood of you staying married is very, very low. So what you need to do is have insurance for that. And that's your prenuptial agreement. Okay. Shit. He gets upset. He said, put in it what you want to put in it. Oh, I am. And you better read over it. Don't be no fool and sign something you didn't read because you want to have an attitude because now that she got businesses, she wants to protect her assets. Yes, I want to protect my assets because the truth is, Juan, you're going to leave when Corey and Carter leave for school. You're going to leave for school too. That's the truth. And everybody knows it. We see it from a mile away. How many years away? We see it 10 years away. How old are they? 15, 13? We see it. As soon as they go off to school, you out. You going off to school too. We know. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm with Robyn. I don't give a fuck if I fucked up the money. But we're not going to fuck it up again. You're not going to be able to be like, oh, I was in there giving her ideas. I was in there helping her with the name. No, we're not doing none of that. So that's it. Wendy goes to the doctor. Her hair's falling out. She's stressful. There are some people who thrive on being stressed out until their body says no. Until their body says absolutely not. And I love that the doctor explained the hair is the first to go because the body it feels like it's unnecessary to provide nutrients to it when your body needs other nutrients. And while you look like you're drinking your alkaline water and eating your goji berries and you're working yourself to death and thinking that hustle and grind or rise and grind means to rub two things together until it wears down. That's what grinding means. That's what you want to do? You want to rub yourself until you wear yourself down? You just want to rub against everything you got going on and grind and grind and grind until your hair starts falling out. Until we see a clip of Wendy on a hospital bed. I don't know what she's going in for, but girl, no. But some people thrive on that. You know, there's people in the workplace. If you're in corporate America, y'all know this person. Y'all know this personality type. The motherfucker who likes to run around with a pen and a paper in his hand and act like he's so busy and he's so stressed out. Men and women do it both. They're so busy. They're so stressed out. They have everything going on. It's just, oh my God, everything is urgent. And it don't be nothing. It'd be like, girl. But they have to feel it's something. I don't know what it is, but you have to feel like you're doing something, and you have to be, the stress makes you feel productive. It does. I think it's weird. I used to laugh at this man. He used to run around with a pencil and a paper in his hand, just frustrated and just, all over the place all the time. Everything was so urgent. Everybody be looking at him like, girl, where are you running so fast to? Girl, anyway. Robyn and Mia go to sit down. Robyn wants to know what's up with the post. There was no update. And she was like, well, the time that I made the post to the time now, there's been like, a few weeks, and I have had an update. But I'm not going to post everything. Well, you didn't give an update. She says, well, yeah. She was like, well, tell me about your lump. She was like, girl, what? No. What are you talking about? I was like, Robyn, that's nosy. Girl, shut up. Anyway, so what happened with Candiace storming out? Robyn tells Mia what happened with Gizelle and Ashley. And then she says, well, I have something to add. I'm just going to tell a whole lie right now, y'all. Yeah, Chris was at the party, girl. He was staring at me. They showed footage. Chris not staring at Mia. I was like, this fucking bitch. Gizelle's at Karen's house. She tells Karen the story about what happened with Chris in the hotel room. Karen, who is a survivor or victim of or survivor of sexual assault, is asking the right questions. Did he touch you? Did he say something inappropriate? What did he do to you for you to feel that way? Did he say anything to you? Did he touch you inappropriately? No. No, he didn't. That's just the way I feel. Shout out to Crystal. It's just the way I feel from Beverly Hills. It's just the way I feel. So you can't question how somebody feels. But you felt this way based on your own issues with being in a room with a married man and you believing that every man wants you. And then she said, he didn't say anything. It was just the way I felt. I felt it in my gut. I think that's what she said. But it's kind of ironic that you waited until the cameras were up to say something. Well, I felt kind of triggered by the Ashley conversation, so that's why she brought it up. Karen said that one of the husbands, hugged her 3 years ago, and she said her boobs touched her back. He hugged her so tight, but she won't say who it was. You could have told her something without the cameras being there. Like, Karen was very reasonable and very matter of fact and was not playing, because this is not something that you play with. And that's the part that makes Gizelle so vile, because this is literally not something that you play with. Like, you can ruin. That's the reason why I don't understand why I see fucking Candy chumming it up and chatting it up with Gator Mouth. Because if Candy was a man, that would have affected her a lot. A lot. So when you playing like this over something that you felt, like, I feel like he didn't say anything to me. He didn't touch me. But yes, you have a right to your intuition. You have a right to listen to your intuition. And as you're listening to your intuition, you say, I asked him to go find out if they need me back. That's how I got him out of the room. But when you tell the story, you need to be clear that he didn't do anything to me. He didn't say anything to me. This is how I felt. I felt uneasy. And you have a right to feel like that. And even Chris said, she has a right to feel like that. But don't make it seem like I was in there whipping my dick out, right? Don't make it seem like it was misconduct happening. It's very dangerous to do stuff like that to men and women. And it's like, for what though? That's the part. And I'm glad that Candiace said something to Gizelle on Twitter and said that you're an example for your daughters. Look what you're doing. You're sitting here like lying. And then Mia to just lie on Chris like that. Y'all know I'm not in the ministry of sticking up for nothing with a penis. Do you understand me? Nothing with the penis. But what I see, I'm not going to sit here and deny what they're doing is out of order. It is out of order. And I don't appreciate that because, like to Candiace's point, y'all hug Michael. And I say to this day, if Michael's actions were directed towards a woman, I don't know that Gizelle would be all chummy. But because his victims were men, they feel safe around Michael Darby. When you shouldn't feel safe about a person who doesn't respect someone's boundaries and touches their body without their permission or consent. But you hug this man, this disgusting, vile scab of a man. But the man who makes charcuterie boards for you and drinks for you, you accuse him of making you feel uncomfortable. He didn't do anything to make you feel uncomfortable. You feel uncomfortable because you don't want to be in a room with a married man alone, and you have every right. But you don't make it seem or insinuate that he did something to make you feel like he didn't do anything to make you. Those feelings were your own. Those feelings were your own. And you can ruin somebody's life by the way that you frame. And then when I tell you, I feel like all my fucking coffee from this morning is about to come projectile out of my mouth because I'm so disgusted when I noticed, because y'all kept saying she smiled. And I noticed when she got up after Candiace was visibly frustrated, she smirked. You're whack. Y'all are whack. Then she lied and said that I didn't bring it to the group. Robyn brought it to the group. I said, what the fuck? Robyn mentioned it to Mia, and that's bringing it to the group. And then she didn't mention that Mia said what she said about Chris. I can't wait till they hear that. Because Robyn was like, what? You got a story? Girl, it's a mess. Robyn Dixon told Mia about what happened with Gizelle, and that was telling the group. I didn't bring it to the group. Robyn brought it to the group. Chris and Candiace are sitting down at some restaurant. I didn't know that Robyn, they seemed like they were surprised that Robyn show up. I didn't where did Robyn come from with that ugly ass dress on? Her dress from Dress Barn. Karenika Dixon. She came walking up. Candiace's Little Red Riding Hood interview. Look, I love it. Sorry, I love it. Bitch, can you next time put a basket of apples next to you? I was like, she looks so cute. That red on her complexion, perfect. The green on her complexion reminds me of Kenya in her green, where she had on the green with the jade and stuff. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. She says she's stressed out by Gizelle and that maybe that's affecting because she's not producing the way that she needs to produce to for the eggs or whatever. And she's saying that, she's attributing it to stress. And so she says, I'm really stressed out about the Gizelle thing. They have a little conversation and Chris is like, yeah, maybe she was uncomfortable. Maybe she was. But I didn't do anything to make her uncomfortable. Like, why put that on me? Like, I felt bad for him because I've been looking at the way that he was like, and then that's what they said. She was like, if you were uncomfortable, why are you hugging me? Why are you hugging me when you see me? Rubbing my back when you see me? Why are you doing that if I made you feel uncomfortable? Because the truth is, I didn't make you feel uncomfortable. You made up some shit in your head and you decided okay, since Ashley got a DM from him, which wasn't a DM, it was a response to a story, and you trying to make it seem, and every season, Real Housewives has this, Potomac has the same exact template. The same. Ashley and Gizelle come up with some shit. Robyn blindly backs it up. To this time, she's not backing it up because she says she does not agree with Gizelle. She doesn't agree with Gizelle. So I'm going to see how that's going to work out. She says, and then Chris makes another point. She's always talking about my penis. Y'all better watch it. Y'all think it's okay to speak objectifiably about men, right? Because men are so disgusting and they speak so vile to women that you think it's okay to do the same to men. It's not. It really isn't. It really is not. To be talking about this. Now, I know that Candiace mentioned it, right? When she first came on the show, she mentioned, but Gizelle kept going with it. And you do mention his penis several times. So maybe something in you, maybe you're attracted to Chris. You can't put that on him. That's another thing. You can't put that on him. Maybe you have an attraction to Chris and you were feeling uncomfortable. He didn't do nothing. Him just being there and talking about Candiace, whatever it was. And Robyn's like, I assume you were like concerned about Candiace. He was like, yeah. She was like, but I don't believe her. I don't agree with Gizelle. She brought it up to me when we were in the van on the way back. And I don't think she was trying to say, oh my God, he did something to me. But why now? Why bring it up now? Well, she said Ashley's story triggered her. And we don't need to talk about the Ashley story situation. He responded to a DM he responded to a story. Those automatically go in your DMs, period. Y'all said that he's unfollowed all of the women, He shouldn't have been following them in the first goddamn place. She was like, well, what do we need to do to fix this? And she said, well, Gizelle needs to walk it back. She needs to walk it back because at this point she's dead to me. Absolutely. Cue the fucking violins. That hoe is dead. You don't fuck with me like that. I'm sorry. I'm with Candiace because you're playing a game. You're playing a very dangerous game, and you can ruin somebody's reputation by lying on them and then like making suggestions, right? And we are in an era where we're like, we believe women. We believe women. So if you're saying this man did something to make you uncomfortable, we're going to believe you. But you're sitting here saying he didn't do anything. So why did you bring this up? Oh, because Ashley's story triggered it. How could Ashley's story trigger it? Because Ashley framed it like Michael was doing like Chris was doing what Michael was doing. You want your husband to cheat, her husband to cheat because your husband is a cheater. You know how it goes. So he should have never, honestly, that's the problem that I have with Chris, is because the way that Ashley handles Candiace and the disgusting, I feel like I want to vomit. I would have never, you shouldn't have even been following Ashley. Ashley don't fuck with Candiace. She don't like your wife. Why are you following her? Why are you responding to anything? That was your bad. You even, that's like a bitch like that. You don't give her any ammunition, none. Because as soon as she had something, she wanted to come on camera and say, I know you're not with your wife. As soon as she had something to use against Chris, she did it. And Chris gave it to her. You shouldn't have been in nobody's DMs. You shouldn't have been, not like that, but there should have been no communication. You shouldn't have even been following Ashley. And the way that her husband called you white trash, girl, fuck them people. Anyways, Candiace got to walk it back. Gizelle got to walk it back because she's dead to Candiace. I hope she dig her up next episode and bury her ass again. I hope she dig her up and bury her every episode. I hope so. I hope she's tearing her ass up in every interview. Not today, Satan. Not today, neck. You see her face? She was like, not today, ankles. I said, get her else, bitch. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. And I thought, I was just watching the screen. I was like, I don't like these women's personalities. I don't. It's not that I don't like them, but the personality that's coming across on the screen, maybe y'all think they're great, but I think their personalities are trash. The way that just Karenika did Wendy, Karenika Dixon. Yeah, Karenika. Karenika Dixon, you saw the way she did Wendy? That was trash. And all I could think of is that Wendy doesn't have Candiace there. That's the only thing. That's what it made me feel bad, because you're the dark-skinned girl there. Now, I'm injecting colorism. That's what it looked like to me. And I felt in that moment that I was like looking for Candiace to be sitting by Wendy to kind of, as support. Because she got up, standing, aggressive. We've seen Robyn be aggressive towards women several times. But I also feel like Robyn wants to have a problem with Wendy because she knows it's giving me Monique Samuel. It's giving me, let me make a problem with somebody the viewers don't like, and so I can have a team. Because the truth is, people call for Robyn to be a friend. That's the truth. So now I got to cause conflict with Wendy. And we already know you got the halo effect working for you, Robyn. So they're going to automatically go against Wendy, because Wendy didn't do anything to you. She told your ass to sit down. Don't be walking up, standing up, walking towards me, because you can't get a grasp on the argument, because you mad about something that didn't happen, because you made some shit up in your head to be mad at me for nothing. And while Gizelle and Mia are in there making up, Mia was like, girl, the doctor said no stress for me. I'm not getting in this mess. And now you want to question Mia. Girl, bye, Karenika. You got an F for this episode. You really did. I think that was it. I didn't actually looking for a house child anyways. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Peace.